Grace and peace, people of God. This is Apostle Michael Davis, overseer of New Testament Believers Fellowship Church, coming to you live and direct. And this little video discussion that I want to have with you going to be a quick one about a lot of the triflingness we've been seeing in our community. I mean, and it's shameful to see these women posting up on these dating sites talking about they got 7 kids and wanting some dude to get with them and spend money on their 7 kids, and saying, if you don't want to spoil me or spend money on my 7 kids, swipe left. You know, that's real trifling. Now, I think how the world is they praise things that are evil, and they frown upon the things that are good. Me and my wife just celebrated our 19th wedding anniversary. We have 7 children. So commonly, when I tell people that me and my wife have 7 children, they be like, dang, do y'all got cable? But when you see other people out there that's not married, that repeatedly keep on popping out children without a covenant, without being in covenant with God, they praise that. But for somebody that's married and being responsible and is working hard and taking care of their children, they say, do y'all use condoms? Do y'all got cable? People make fun and frown upon that. But when somebody else does it that's not married, they praise it. So I find it, you know, and I'm diametrically opposed, and the Word of God is diametrically opposed to fornication and committing adultery. Now, I'm not saying by any means that I ain't never did it, because when I wasn't saved and I wasn't living right, I was smashing a whole lot of chicks. I was knocking them down. And those that know me and knew me before I ever got married, they knew how crazy I was with smashing and doing all kind of crazy and outlandish stuff before the Lord saved me and delivered me. But seeing this today, that a woman on social media will come out and say she got 7 kids, and in order for a man to date her, he got to spend his hard-earned money on her and her 7 kids, and expecting him to commit himself to her, whom she done had possibly 7 other men into her body and drop a seed. That's a travesty. Now I'm not opposed to a man or a woman getting married to somebody that has kids. But what I do say as a pastor, I encourage that if a man has children or a woman has children already, get with another man or a woman that already has children and create a blended family. Because that right there will stop a lot of the foolishness of your kids and my kids. And will slow down the baby mama or the baby daddy drama between that. And if you go and look at statistics, you find out that blended families are far more successful in the husband and the wife staying together and having more children and staying together as a family than for someone that are just being totally single and getting married to someone that has children and assuming the stepfather or the stepmother position. Now, for that woman to put that mess on social media, men, if you see that, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. I would leave her alone, because as we all know, when we was all in the world and we were not saved, we looked at a woman with a whole lot of children as an easy lay, an easy smash. And so what dudes are thinking when they see that on social media, they're thinking it's a smash and dash, a pump and dump. That's what it is. But that sister should have never put herself out there like that. Now, when you put stuff out on social media, it's out there forever. Because somebody gonna download the video. Even if you took it down, somebody gonna download it before you could take it down. I thought that was just preposterous. It sucked. And it is making our community look bad. Why is it in the black community that our women are so dysfunctional to us men? But now a lot of us men are speaking the truth of how we think and what we've been thinking for a long time. And gentlemen like Attorney Dennis Sperling, Kevin Samuels, the Lapeef Network, and others in the manosphere are coming out speaking what we men have been saying all along, and especially black men. And what society has done to black men is basically put us on gag order for such a long time, to where our opinions didn't matter, that they valued our opinion, our women's opinions, and put our women over us, and basically castrated us. And because they put the women first, look at how the destruction of the black community is happening. This is why we got this craziness, what we have now, because we have gotten out of order. They have let the women lead, and you got this mess of women putting these crap on social media. I got 7 kids, and if you want to date me, then, and you don't want to spend money and spoil me, then swipe left. That's garbage. Because of this type of stuff, this is why you got men out here that are falling for the Samson effect. And when I say the Samson effect, which I said in other videos way before this one, that's like you indulging in messing with hoes, and you pumping and dumping hoes, creating children, and not being a father to them children, and it's a bunch of illegitimate bastards being brought up that's dysfunctional, don't know who their father is, or they know who their father is and their father don't take care of them. And I always say this: dysfunction begets dysfunction. But it has to take somebody, and I heard my apostle friend say this yesterday. In order for a generation to succeed, somebody had to do some spiritual warfare over one generation so the next generation can have peace. And because a lot of us have failed from the faith, because we as black people, we are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. We are the people of the Bible, whom were spoken of that will be taken back into Egypt in ships. We are those people. And because we have turned away from God, this is the results that we're getting. The breakdown of the family, the breakdown of morality in our families, absent husbands and fathers in the home. See, because of black women fell for the bait of feminism in the 50s, where they were saying, oh yeah, we can pay you this check, this little welfare check. Oh, but that black man, he can't stay here, he can't live with y'all. Then what that slowly did is push the man further and further and further out of the house. Because when the man, the priest, prophet, and protector is in the house, then everything has to come into an alignment. Then you don't have the syndrome of the Pookies and the Ray Rays when a father is present. Then you don't have the girls out there busting it open at an early age, having 7 kids and no husband. So this is why we have this ignorance and this foolishness today. Because of us from turning from God and allowing the women to lead in our community. This has destroyed us. And we got to get back to God. We got to go into warfare for this generation, so our next generation would have peace and that people would come together, because this stuff is creating a type of genocide where there's a lack of respect for male authority. There's a lack of respect for husbands and fathers. And there's a thing of a selfish mentality and high expectations from women wanting things from men and not giving in return. I didn't get to 19 years in marriage for nothing, for my wife not giving me any love in return. I didn't get to that till this many years of being married by not having that. It bothers me to see this, how the devil has tricked our people, and we're acting totally out of stupidity. Not ignorance, but stupidity, because we know what we're doing. And a lot of these younger women, they don't want to listen to their grandmamas and their great-grandmamas. But some of the grandmothers and the mamas went down the path of thottery and have told them, oh no, go get your education, or go do this, go do you first before you think about a man. But the highest honor of a woman, according to the word of God, is to be a wife and a mother, happy with children. If you are not married with children, you're out of the will of God. Now, I know there are some circumstances where some people were divorced or they were widowed. When you were married, yes, you're in the will of God. And those circumstances happen because they are a part of life. But if you're just out here just spreading your legs for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they busting it open, pumping and dumping on you, and you having babies without a covenant, without somebody saying I do, then you're part of that Jezebel, Delilah, and Vashti crew. So, yeah.